Good morning, student. I welcome you to the class, and we are going to continue the same lesson, Rain on the Roof. So in this lesson, the poet is expressing the wonder of nature, okay, and her extraordinary power to heal the mind and body of human being. What the nature is depicting, the poet want to tell here. The poet want to tell, he is expressing the wonder of nature and her extraordinary power to heal the mind and body and soul of human beings, as she soothes the earth with her shower of blessing. And not only that, children, it is soothing the earth with the shower of blessing. Now this is written by Skinner. This poem is written by Skinner, and something about the writer I would like to share again with you people. Skinner, he was born on November 24, 1826, and he died on January 25, 1994. He was born near Penn Yan, New York, and he was a lawyer, politician, journalist. So see how much talent he had. He was not only the poet, he was a lawyer, he was a politician, he was a journalist, and the poet from the United States. Okay, he was partly educated at Antioch College, Yellow Spring, Ohio, studied law with Thomas Corbin, and was admitted to the bar in Cincinnati in 1856. He became a journalist and worked on papers in Cincinnati, Xenia, Springfield, Illinois. Now, the poet here has given a very fine imagination while he listened to the patter of the rain on the roof. Children, he is the poet here. The scene is here that the poet is lying in a very cozy room bed. Cozy means comfortable bed, and he is inside a cottage. And children, the rain is falling on the shingles. Shingles means the rectangular tiles of the roof of the house. Now there certain holes are there, and the water drop is falling on it, the pillow, and which is getting wet. Now the poet has given a very fine imagination while he listened to the patter of the rain on the roof. He is lost in varied ideas and feels the presence of his mother. Now children, when the water is falling, he is lost. He is lost in various idea, various thought come to his mind, and children, he feels the presence of his mother. The clouds create darkness for the starry sky. The clouds, children, it has created darkness in the starry sky, and in turn it shows its unhappiness through tears of rain. And children, what it is doing, it shows it shows the unhappiness through tears of rain. On one side there is happiness in a person's life, and on the other side it is sadness also in person's life. That means the poet want to say that lots of ups and downs are there in the life of a person. Now the poet is expressing through the poem the joy that accompanies the shower that fall upon the earth. The rain announces its arrival by forming dark cloud in the sky, along with humidifying the atmosphere. The darkness seemed to spread melancholy. What is the meaning of melancholy? Sadness. That is released by the gently weeping rainy tears. But for ma'am, these tears ushers in a strange feeling of joy that is provided by the pitter patter of the rains on the roof top of the cottage. The rain brings back wonderful memories of his childhood, and the poet recollects those moments as he lies in the comforts of his cozy bed and listens to the steady patter of the rain. At the same time, there is the memory of his mother checking in on him and looking at him fondly and leaving him to sleep. in till the break of dawn, and the music the rain produced while falling upon the shingles continued in the background. So children, this is about the rain. Now I would like to tell the important background of the poem. So unhappiness, the first point I discussed yesterday was unhappiness of starry sky. The poet is presenting the pattering of the rain on the roof. Okay, the poet start with the pattering of the rain on the roof. When it rains, the dark clouds floats in the sky. When it is raining, what is happening, children? The dark clouds are floating in the sky. They cover the starry sky which is shining the universe. And children, the starry sky is covered by the dark cloud. Okay, there appears darkness and it becomes sad. And children, whole atmosphere has darkened by the cloud and it becomes sad. Due to sadness, tears of rain emits out gently. And children, since the atmosphere becomes sad, so due to sadness, tears of rain emit out gently. During this atmosphere, one can have the highest happiness by lying in his room on a bed and pressing the pillow. Now children, see the contrast. The rain is crying. The rain is crying because the atmosphere is dark. Darkness also represent sad, the melancholy, sad. But the person who is lying on the bed, he is very happy because he likes the rain, and then which falls on his roof. Okay, he's lying in a bed and he's pressing his pillow with his elbow. He is very happy. Listening to the pattering of the soft rain on the head gives the maximum pleasure. He is so happy. He is lying on his bed and he is listening to the pitter patter of the rain which is falling on the roof. Now, working of fences. When the poet is listening to the patter of the rain, he is lost in the rain. Now children, the poet is completely lost in the rain which is falling on its roof. Um, the rain produces sweet sounds on the tiles of the roof which echoes in his heart. So children, when the rain is falling on the roof, what is happening? He is lost in the rain. The rain produces sweet sounds on the titles of the roof. The rain is producing a very sweet sound on the title of the roof, which echoes in his heart. Several fancies become busy in dreaming. The poem is lost in his old recollections. Okay, the poet is lost in the old recollection. Okay, poet, just before it starts raining, the dark wet shadows of cloud hover over the sky. The stars become spheres and are covered under this cloud. The darkness looks at then it starts raining. But for the poet, he find it bliss when it rain. When it rain, the poet find it a bliss to press the pillow in a cottage room bed. It gives one great pleasure to lie listening to the pattering sound of the rain. Children, when it rains, the tinkle has an echo of the poet's heart. He experiences many dreamy fancies in his heart. His heart is filled with 1,000 memories. These memories are like a weft of a cloth or to be woven. So, children, in the second and third, when the poet is listening to the patter of the rain, he is lost in the rain. The rain produces sweet sounds on the tiles of the roof, which echoes in his heart. Several fancies become busy in dreaming. The poet is lost in his old recollection. Now, in the last paragraph, he is lying and he is still listening the wonderful sound of the pitter patter of the rain. Suddenly, children, while the rain is going on, the memory of his mother, who is no more now, she is dead, appears before him. After giving due regard to the sweet dream, she leaves before sunrise. But the poet feels her benevolent look. He is lost in listening the sweet pattering of the rain on his roof. Thus the rain leads the poet into imagination. He feels greatest happiness. The nature exhibits its sadness through tears of rain. So this was These were the main points of the poem. I have already explained you the first part, children, and I have given you I have told you about the important word meaning also. Children, now I will be explaining you about the paragraph. When the humid shadow hover, word meaning of the first and two paragraph we've already done. When the humid shadow hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. The poet says that the stars of the sky are not visible when the dark clouds cover the night sky. He stared at the darkness, making him sad and reflective. The rain symbolizes the release of sadness and the ushering in of joy. So tears falling softly down onto the surface of the earth, rain make us get nostalgic as well as joyful. The poet says he loves to curl up in the comfort of his bed and just relish the wonderful music of the rain as it falls upon the roof of his little cottage. Now, uh, every tinkles on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into a busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So the poet senses every sound that is produced in the rain, tinkles against the shingles on the roof of his cottage. This brings back wonderful memory into his busy mind that is trying to recollect 1,000 memories of his past. He weaves each of these into a single thread and continues to enjoy the patter of the falling rain. Okay. That means, children, the single major memory is the which comes to in his mind. It is like a so many imagination start working in the minds of the poet when he listened the pitter patter of the rain on falling on his roof. And children, what the poet like to do? He like to lie um, in a room with a pillow. The pressing will give him the highest pleasure. There he will rest and enjoy the soft falling of the rain over his head. He will be in a state of highest bliss. So, what is the single major memory that comes to the poet? And the single major memory is the memory of his mother, which I will be describing in the last paragraph. That children, when he listened to the pitter patter of the rain, then whose memories come to his mind. Okay. So, children, I was telling you about the second stanza. We were discussing about the second stanza. Every tinkle on the shingle. Tinkle is the ringing sound, and shingles is the rectangular tiles used in the roof. Okay, so every ringing sound, every tinkles on the shingle, that means, children, when the rain is falling on the roof, on the rectangular roof of the house. So he is telling, when every tinkles, what is tinkle? Ringing sound. It is falling on the shingles. What is shingles? Rectangular tiles of the roof has an echo in his heart. Children, that sound is echoing back again to his heart. And 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred. Children, what comes? 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being stirred. So many imagination start working in the mind. As soon as the rain fall on the roof, what happens? So many children, 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. That means, please write the meaning. So many imagination start working in the mind of the poet. And 1,000 recollection weave their air threads into woof. This is very important line. You have to write, first you write the meaning of this line, children. And 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof. That means 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woofs. So many memories go on recalling into the mind, like preparing of cloth from threads on loom. So many memory start coming to the poet on recalling into the mind, like preparing of cloth from thread on loom. So what does the poet like to do when it rains? The poet like to lie in a room with a pillow. Its pressing will give him the highest pleasure. There he will rest and enjoy the soft falling of the rain over his head. He will be in a state of highest bliss. So children, so second paragraph. The poet sends every sound that is produced as the rain tinkle against the shingle on the roof of his cottage. Okay, this brings back wonderful memories into his busy mind that is trying to recollect 1,000 memories of his past. He weaves each of these into a shingle threads and continues to enjoy the patter of the falling rain. Now, third paragraph, the last paragraph. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers, her she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Okay, so what the poem is telling? The poet is telling, when he is hearing the patter of the rain falling on the roof, what does he remember? He feels, he not only he remember, but he feels that his mother has come into his room and she is looking down affectionately at him, and his sibling as they slept while having pleasant dreams. And children, his siblings, they are sleeping and they must be having pleasant dream. His mother would make it a point top to see them fast asleep every night, and the mother wanted that they should sleep fast, had a good night's sleep. She don't want that her son should be in tension till the break of dawn. He remembered his mother looking down on him lovingly as he continues to be in slumber, listening to the rhyming patter of the rain. So, well, the poet is not a child now. He has become aged, but his mother has also died. She is no more in this world who can shower her affection over him. But the poet is not a child now. He has become aged. His mother has died. She is no more in this world who can shower her affection over him. Now, so children, when the rain comes, the mother of the poet comes in his memory like previous year. The darling dreamer are the sweet children. Her mother showers her benning through her fond look. The patter of the rain plays upon the tiles of the roof. So children, the poet is lost when the rain fall in the last paragraph. Once again I repeat, the poet is lost in a dream. His mental memory goes on having varied idea. At that time he remembers his mother. He feels that his mother is standing and looking at him affectionately. Her memories become fresh. She showers her benign but leaves before the sunrise. Children, what is the central idea of the poem? I've explained all the three paragraphs now. So the poet exhibits that the rain provides him maximum happiness. He is lost in dreaming. So many fancies go on revolving and appear before his mind. He loves the pattering of the soft rain. So children, this is all. Okay. This is all about the rain in the roof. And the third paragraph. The poet remembered his mother looking down affectionately at him and his sibling as they slept while having pleasure dream. His mother would make it a point to see them fast asleep every night. Why she warned? Because the mother never wanted the child should be in tension and should be in any type of problem. Otherwise, she will not be able to live peacefully. So children, she knew she would let them sleep until the break of dawn. He remembered his mother looking down on him lovingly as he continues to be in the slumber, listening to the rhyming patter of the rain. Now, we will be, children, discussing about the question and answer. Okay. So now I will be starting with the textual question. Textual question. What do these phrases mean to you? Discuss in class. Humid shadow. Starry spheres. What a bliss. A thousand dreamy fancies into busy being starred. A thousand recollection weave their air thread into wove. So first I will be telling you I'm dictating and you write the meaning of these phrases. So humid shadows. Humid shadows means shadows of various things. Shadows of various things which are wet during the rainy season. So shadow of various things which are wet during the rainy season. So this is the meaning of humid shadow. Starry spheres. Stars area of or group of stars in the sky. Stars area or group of stars in the sky. A thousand dreamy. A thousand dreamy means the poet no, what a bliss. What a bliss means what a great bliss, what a great happiness. A thousand dreamy fancies into busy being starred. Children, that means the poet start feeling into his body thousands of dreamlike fancies due to the falling of the rain. So what he is experiencing, he is experiencing, children, thousands of dreamlike fancies, imagination coming to him as the rain falls on the falls on the roof. A thousand recollection weave their air threads. That means when it rains, hundreds of memories comes to the poet's mind. Then they weave a web with the help of air thread. Now, second question. What does the poet like to do when it rains? The poet like to feel the presence of his mother, which is a bliss for him. Third question. What is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? So children, the poet is not a child but grown up. His mother is not alive but he still remember her much. Second, when you were young child, did your mother tuck you in as the poet said? Yes, I remember she used to tuck me in when I was a child. You can write something like that. Whenever I used to say that I could not walk, she would lift me in her lap and carry me. She used to be worried whenever something happened to me. Question number 2. Do you like rain? What do you do when it rains steadily or heavily as described in the poem? Yes, I greatly like the rain. I go out in the rain when it is light, but when it rains steadily or heavily, I do not go in it. It is very pleasant to get drenched in rain during summer. Third question, children. Now this question may vary. Many people can also write that they don't like rain. Okay, so it depends from persons to persons that what do they want to write. Does everybody have a cozy bed to lie when it rains? I don't think so. Not all have a cozy bed to lie when it rains. However, the number of person having such a comfortable is increasing. There have been many person enjoying rainy season by eating nice tasty thing like hot pakoras or something Maggies or something like that, or hot soup they will drink. Okay, so question number 2 depend upon the children. It depend upon the question that it varies. The answer may varies from person to person. Now I would like to share some 30 to 40 words question answer. Okay, and why does melancholy darkness signify in the poem Rain on the Roof? So darkness is synonymous with sadness. Melancholy darkness is due to the rain clouds that have hidden the starry sky. The falling of rain from the leaden cloud is being compared to the tears that fall out our eyes. In both the situation, heaviness is being released. Why does the poet feel it a bliss to press the pillow? When it rains, the poet experiences a lot of happiness as he lies in the comfort of his bed in the cottage, listening to the rhyming beat of the raindrops as they tinkle over the rooftop. The warmth of the bed, the softness of his pillow, and the lullaby sung by the rain takes him to a world of bliss. When do the thousand dreamy fancies begin in the poet's heart? Nice question. The thousand dreamy fancies begin in the heart of the poet when the raindrops patter on the shingles of the roof. The echo touches a chord in his heart and he starts to reminisce about his childhood days and his loving mother. What does the poet convey when he says the humid shadow hover all the starry sphere? The poet beautifully explained how the night sky full of twinkle stars get covered by the dark moisture leaden clouds that are hovering around the atmosphere. He may be trying to convey that behind every sorrow or darkness there is light that makes its appearance as soon as the mm, facade, that means a deceptive outward appearance, make way for it. That means, children, a person faces both happiness and sadness in his life. Okay, so this is the question. Now, how does the poet express his sorrow and happiness when he speaks about rain? The humidity of the atmosphere is relatively high as it lingers below the dark skies, and the twinkling shimmering light of the star forms into roundness or visible source of light. Though the darkness mourns the melancholy spirit of indescribable sadness, the soft rain sets in to compensate it with the spirit of peace for the lonely night. Kinney suddenly realizes how much joy and pleasure he can attain when his head presses against his pillow. He tucks himself into the warmth of his bed. He can sleep sounds like a little child in his cottage bedroom and listen to the patter of the soft summer showers overhead on the roof. Okay, so children, this is all. Um, Now, children, a few long question I would like to do with you people. One, at least one long question, important. So, children, this is a very interesting question. First of all, first question can be present the summary. So you can, I've already told you the summary in all the 2 or 3 videos. So this is a nice question, children. The poet has presented 2 phases in the poem, one about the nature and the other about himself. How does he picturize them? In the first phase, the poet portrays nature through the shapes of clouds, sky and the rain. The brightening sky is covered by the clouds, hence the darkness appears everywhere. It feels unhappiness because its decency has been overlooked by the clouds. It gets upset and disturbed. As a result of this cruelty, it starts weeping. Tears emit out from the eyes in a great number. The rain starts pouring out on the universe. In the other phase, the poet enjoys the highest bliss by lying and pressing his pillow in his bed. He likes to listen to the pattering of the soft rain. His sweet music echoes in his heart. He attains happiness as well as satisfaction. So, children, these were the all important question and answer, and I think all the important question answer I've covered, explanation, the difficult the new words meaning, and with this I children end my video here. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.